In this video, we'll continue on to step 5 of our React project, the CRUD application that might lead the way to your final projects for this course. And in chapter 21 here, we're on React project step 5, which is updating content. So far we've been able to list content from state. We've been able to use the router. We've been able to add a contact form and add flash messages. Now we're to the U of CRUD. So what we're going to do first, I have this opened up in Visual Studio, and we have to hit several areas. We've got to hit the posts, we've got to hit the app.js, and then the post form. So the biggest issue that we need to do is to have the ability to edit. So let's take a look at this. I'm going to go to my site, and here we see a post. I can click on that post and go to the actual post, or I can click edit right here and see the content. So here I can say test update, and down below I can do another test update. Then I can click save, and now it says test update, and if I click on this it says test update. So that's the way we're going to do it. But the thing is, we have to go to my site and edit, and I want you to look at the slug at the title here. It says edit/test update. Now if I go back to my site and I click on new post, you'll see new. So new post, again we're working toward CRUD, and again this is Quill as your WYSIWYG. Click save. Now we have two. I can do this. I can go back to my site, do edit on that, and do edit, update post. And update post, and you see that state will now be updated. Now keep in mind the database now is still away from external, so if I were to hit refresh we would lose those contents. But going back here, I'm going to do one more new post, test post, and test post, and then we'll go into the code and what needs to be done. So I'm just simply mirroring chapter 21 from the book, and the first thing we need to do is in the post.js. So this is the display, and what we have to do is have links to each section. So notice here we've got key post ID. So this is if the length is less than 0 and also the key empty. That condition is basically there's no post yet. Otherwise we're going to map the post object to the ID and then the links, title and edit. Okay, so the edit is the thing you'd link to edit. If you wanted to go to the post, we'd see the post. So the router is actually hitting both. And notice how we import link from the React Router DOM here so that our links work. So again, you folks are used to the ahref tag. This is the link tag based on the import from the document object model. This is very different, but once we get a few of these down, then all your React projects should follow suit, where we have a router, we have a link import, and we can link from position to position. Again, this one's all about the data because that's where the best portfolio pieces come from. So once post has this new line added here with the slug, remember our slug, the last one was nothing more than test post. That's the slug. So next we need to go into app.js, and we need to add this handy dandy function called update post. And we already have the set timeout, but this is our new section, and our slug is this new get slug from title, the post title. So this takes the title and passes the title to this argument up here, and then finds the title itself, and that is the slug. It joins the dash, it splits the space and replaces it with a dash, and converts everything to lowercase. So that's your new title. That's why when you see this, it could be test space post, but no, it's test dash post. But we've been over that, so that should be nothing new to you folks. Now what we need to do is this: find the index. So what we're going to do is find the posts and find the index where the ID equals the post ID. So where the indexes are the same here, where they have the same, and you see the triple equals where they're of both equal type and value. So once we find that index, then that index is this. So it could be 0, 1, 2. However you want to work it. And then we have posts equals this posts, but we'll slice from 0 to the index. So basically the index is a number, right? That's the ID. So we're going to find the posts inside the state and get that slice, and then we're going to concatenate to the next one. So basically we're concatenating the first post to the next post. That's the update post. And now we have the spread, and these are the new posts with the new spread. And this sort is going to sort in alphabetical order by post. And then once we do this, we'll set state, and the posts will be all the new posts, and then we'll be updated. So what we've done here is take our former posts, slice and concatenate with the index. So we're taking the former and concatenating the posts for the next one. So now all our posts will have the previous post plus the new one, and that'll be in the posts object. And once we spread that with a new post and sort it, we can set the state with the new posts. So now the state will have posts with all our new posts in sorted order. And then we have our message, which is updated based on last week. The rest is the same. You've got your post slug, new, and edit post slug. So this is new too, this route, because we have to cover editing. So the post slug, again, is the value of post slug, which is the one we're dealing with above. So if you keep with this and master this, break it, change it, add to it, you'll see how the learning curve will increase a little bit. That's why if you use this for your final project, I'm more than supportive of it, because he's got a nice system here for CRUD. Once we get the data in the Firebase database, I think you'll be really happy with the product. So this edit string, we're going to render the props, and we're going to find the slug that matches the params post slug, because the path is this edit post slug. So that would have the ability to edit each slug. Now, if post will return post form update post, which we'll get to in a second. Otherwise, we'll return back to the path. So if there is a post, we're going to show the form with these props sent. Update post equals this update post. And the post will be visible as the post itself. So that means we have to go to the post form here to explain how this gets sent. So in our post form here, you will see when we return the second handle post form, we've got, I'm looking for everything that's new on this, and it's pretty much the same as you can see. But what isn't new is the new additions to each one of these. Like if props update post, which has just been sent by the previous script, then we'll call this update post method. And we're still rendering the same. So if save is true, we redirect to the home. Otherwise, we have input the default value, which would be the title. So that's why you see the current values inside, because it's this props title and this props content here. So where there's the content right here. So you see default value, this state post content. And that's why when we edit, we have those values in there. But what else is new is again, if this update post, we're going to do this props update post. And that's the props. So just as a review, we went into the posts itself, added the slug link. We went into apps. We added a route for editing. Then we added a new function called update post. Then we went into post form and allowed post to have those values off a state, so they're visible inside the text fields. And then we have a new condition above where if the props update post, then we're going to update the post using that method and pass the current post, because the current post will equal the new values. Very confusing, I know. How does this apply to your work? Well, once we get through each of these videos and we go through them, at the end, what you can do is just go into Firebase, which is going to hold the fields, and you can change the fields around. And then, of course, you have to add some aesthetic. But we'll get to that. But this is how to update off our current textbook's final project.